Today we're going to take a look at a community in San Diego which has some star-studded history to it. I bet you can't guess which community that is. The community of TALMADGE, if that's the community you were going to guess, you were correct, is the area that we're going to talk about today. It's got some really fascinating history to it. It was discovered or founded in 1925 by Roy and Guy Lichty. It was actually named after some silent film movie stars, Norma Talmadge, as well as Natalie and Constance. They were big silent film stars back in that day, and the town was named after them. These film stars starred in a couple of films. In particular, one was called Forbidden Love. It's a silent film, like I said, and one called Intolerance as well. The community was dedicated back January 3rd, 1925. Natalie's famous husband, Buster Keaton, was there, as well as William Hart, who was a well-known cowboy actor at the time. So they were both there, along with thousands and thousands of other people to celebrate this dedication. Now there's something else that Talmadge is well known for. It makes the community distinguished from other areas. Not only the being named after the silent film stars, but Talmadge is known for its iron gates that are all around the community. And these were designed by engineer Frank Carlson back in the 20s. And they were made at a local machine workshop, which was called Union Machine Works in San Diego. I don't know if that place is still around or not, but that's where they were made. And the cost of these gates were about $1,000 each, which is more than I thought they would have cost for back in that day. But the community still seems to like to maintain them by painting them. And if there's rust of some kind, getting the rust off, maybe replacing some pieces. Now, the community of Talmadge, the design or the architecture there is considered eclectic, just meaning that there's lots of different styles in the community. Makes it really interesting. There's the Spanish Revival style, which is all over the San Diego area, very popular and common, but still beautiful. California bungalows is another style of home that you'll find in Talmadge. So Cape Cod cottages, and World War II cottages. I think that just means that they're probably really small. Back in the 20s, there was kind of a small home movement. And we'll talk about another community called Isle Nair, which also was a part of this small home movement. But lots of variety in Talmadge. Now, the commercial buildings in Talmadge were built in about the 30s and 40s, and mostly along El Cajon Boulevard. That's the main drag in Talmadge. They were the style of architecture of these buildings was called streamlined modern, or is called streamlined modern. And you'll find that true of a lot of homes or a lot of business sections with commercial buildings that were built in the 30s and 40s. Historic Route 80 went from the coast of San Diego on out quite a ways towards the east. And it is now known as I-8. It's much more complete now. There's a lot of Historic Route 80 that's just kind of in patches, kind of like Route 66. It's in different chunks and patches around the San Diego area and throughout. The single-family homes in Talmadge were torn down in the 1960s and through the 1980s, and at this time they were taken down and apartment buildings were put up in their place. So you could find fewer houses there. Something else that's kind of interesting is at one time Talmadge was much larger than it is now. Now the part of Old Talmadge is Kensington, actually. Kensington's just a neighboring community, very nice, similar architecture in a way, a little bit busier of a downtown area. There's some nice restaurants and things like that, but Talmadge used to be larger. The community of Talmadge is known to be just a really nice community with canyons around, for one. It's situated kind of high up, so it's got a breezy feel to it with a lot of sunlight. It feels like it reflects off the water. It's a little bit more golden in a way. But nice community. The people that live there like it for a sense of community and like Christmas parades and things like that. Just nice, quiet community. You should check it out sometime. It's really a nice area. And right now at the current time, the prices probably start at the very lowest in the 900s. That's for single family detached, but they are usually higher than that. Hope you have a great day. Check out this community. It's great.